Um, I'm a talk about something you know that I forgot to say in my videos for a long time, but now I'm beginning to say it right now. I can say it right now. Um, I might sound like a major. I might sound like a hypocrite, but it's just minor. It's just I'm just I might say something that's minor, a minor hypocritical thing, but I'm gonna say it right now. Um, the top three books that I've read in the past. Number one is called The Miseducation of the Negro by Dr. Carter G. Woodson. Number two, The Autobiography of Malcolm X. And number three, The Tyler G. Kudo by Bruce Lee. Oh, and an honorable mention, in fourth place, the book called The Prince by Niccolo Machiavelli. The reason why I chose those books because those books actually helped me to understand not only myself a little bit more, but also the world around me for the most part. When it comes to the miseducation of the Negro by Dr. Carter G. Woodson, he would like the overall thesis of that book was about, what black folks, back in the day studied in school, but all of the stuff that he learned, it didn't make any sense. It was basically false. A lot of the stuff that you learn about, white history, history in general of the United States, it was all false. So what he had to do, all the stuff that he learned back in high school and back in those universities, he basically had to unlearn what he learned. So it took him another 40 years to unlearn what he learned. All the stuff that he learned from white history or just education in general was all bullshit. So he had to unlearn what he learned for another 20 years. That's what the miseducation of the Negro is all about. It's all about, all the false history, all the false lectures, all those false narratives that revolved around the school the school system and school history books. It was all false. You have to find out the truth for yourself. That's why I like the book called The Miseducation of the Negro, basically teaching you how to unlearn what you learn from the public school systems and to get down to the truth. Um, the second book, The Autobiography of Malcolm X. I mean, it is plain and simple, plain as day. It basically talking about the life and times of Malcolm X, how he rose up into prominence in the Nation of Islam. Talking about his life and stuff, how it was, his life where he lived in his life as a little boy in Omaha, Nebraska. Talked about his mother, his father, and all that stuff. How he was a dope peddler and all that stuff. And then later on, he rose into prominence. Within the Nation of Islam, stuff like that. It's a lot more. It's a lot more stuff to the book. It's a lot more stuff I can't remember right now. But yeah, but that's the main thesis of it, from my viewpoint. It's just my opinion. And number three is the Tyler G. Kundo by Bruce Lee. The Tyler G. Kundo is more than a martial arts book. It's a way of life. It's a philosophy book, basically teaching you that kung fu is everything. What you do in your life is kung fu. You could be a barber. You could be a painter. You could be a mailman delivery. You could be a mailman. You could be an architect, a mechanic. That's your kung fu. Everything in this world is made up of kung fu. And also in the Tyler G. Kundo, he was encouraging people to know who they are as individuals. And not only know who they are as individuals, but to improve themselves. You know what I'm saying? Like the book itself, the Tyler G. Kundo, was a philosophy book to teach people that everybody is unique in their own way. But they have to know themselves. They have to know their strengths and their weaknesses. They have to know what works for them and what doesn't work for them. Stuff like that. It's all about becoming independent thinkers. It's all about becoming strong-willed, independent thinkers. That's about it, man. As far as the Tyler G. Kundo, and also like the fourth, like the honorable mention, the fourth one, The Prince by Niccolo Machiavelli. Now, from my viewpoint, The Prince basically teaches you how, basically teaches you about government policies. It basically teaches you about politics and government. It basically teaches you how to rule over a nation, how to rule when it comes to dealing when it comes to how to rule when it comes to dealing with government affairs. Stuff like that. What I'm saying? Teaching you how how to how can I put this? How to be a strong commander when it comes to wars. It teaches you how to command the people. It teaches you how to become a strong politician. Stuff like that. That's what I get from the book called The Prince by Niccolo Machiavelli. It teaches you how to become a strong individual. It teaches you how to become a strong commander. Better yet, a strong leader to your peoples. That's about it. Yeah, but those are the top, three, or should I say four books that I've mentioned, And also I've encouraged and I also encourage people to check out those books too, because it actually helped me in my life. Those particular books that I just named actually helped me along my journey in life. It basically taught me to not only to know myself, but also to be aware of the world around me. Basically, excuse me, basically taught me how the world is and how the world works. So with those particular books, it actually helped me, in the long run as I've gotten older. So I encourage, people to read those books if they want to. And for the most part, those are my viewpoints on those books. So yeah, that's all I gotta say about that, man. That's all I gotta say. Yeah, so thank you so much and have a good day.